3, 2, 1, go!
Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are in Heart Home City where the ghost type haunts are hosting the Cinnabar Flare. The haunts trying to get back on top of the leaderboard. Cinnabar Flare trying desperately to keep their season alive as the fire types start with Cinderace and Magmortar. It is Chandelure and Delmos starting out for the Heart Home haunts, and immediately Cinderace is going to go for the Roar of Time onto Delmos, and that is a fantastic hit to start off this matchup. That Hammer Arm though won't affect Delmos from Magmortar as the Encore fails from Chandelure, and Delmos goes for the Giga Impact onto Magmortar, and this is a massive hit, but Magmortar is able to hold it, and its Flame Body ability is activated. Delmos left with that burn, so it is going to take continuous damage from the burn as Cinderace has to recharge. Delmos will have to as well, but Magmortar going for the safeguard so it can avoid status conditions like Delmos has now, and Chandelure going for the spite onto Cinderace is going to lower its PP by 4 with that. Delmos, as I said, having a recharge, still suffering the effects of that burn, chipping away at it as the recover. Cinderace is already at full strength, and the Dynamic Punch again, Magmortar with a move that doesn't affect the ghost types, whereas Chandelure going for the Screech here onto Magmortar. It is going to greatly lower its defense here, making it an easier target, but Delmos instead just goes for the Stuffed Cheeks, which is going to boost its own defense here and eat its Leopard Berry in the process. Again though, still feeling the effects of that burn. It is chipping away at it as Cinderace now with the Future Sight here, foreseeing the attack, and Magmortar follows it up with the Prismatic Laser onto Chandelure. That is massive damage there onto the Fire Ghost type as the Purifier fails from Chandelure, and Delmos going for the Wonder Room, making it so that everybody's defense and special defense are swapped as Delmos is still hanging on with that burn. Cinderace though going for the Spark onto Chandelure, and Chandelure is eliminated. I actually thought it would hold on longer than Delmos would. However, as Magmortar having to recharge, Delmos with the Court Change will change the effects of the battlefield. However, no battlefield effects have been laid out yet. Sorry for me stumbling over my own words there, as Delmos is starting to see the ends of this battle come sooner surely. As Poltergeist now comes out for the Heart Home haunts, Cinderace with the Rock Wrecker immediately going for Poltergeist, doing huge damage. Magmortar with the Rock Blast here onto Delmos. This multi-hit move could finish it off. It's got 3, and that third one's a critical hit, and Delmos is eliminated. The Cinnabar Flare off to a hot start in this matchup. Delmos taking out Poltergeist with the Draining Kiss here onto Magmortar is going to finish Magmortar off and also restore some of Poltergeist's health with that move. The Heart Home Haunts getting a crucial elimination here. Both these sides trying to build winning streaks as the Heart Home Haunts have won their last 3 games. Cinnabar Flare have won their last 2. Ninetales comes out for the Cinnabar Flare. Drifblim out for the Heart Home Haunts, and immediately Ninetales with the Psychic Fangs onto Drifblim, who responds with the Sweet Scent. This all happening after Cinderace having to recharge, as Cinderace does have its evasiveness lowered, along with Ninetales feeling the effects of that Sweet Scent as well. And Poltergeist now with the Dragon Tail onto Ninetales is going to send Ninetales back to the bench and drags out Arcanine in its place, as Arcanine with that Intimidate ability is going to lower the attack stat of both Ghost type Pokemon here. Now all the speed seems to be on the side of the Cinnabar Flare. Cinderace with the beat up. This is going to be a fantastic 5 hits. It hits for every Pokemon remaining on this side, and it will be super effective onto Poltergeist. This might be able to finish it off, and it looks like it will. This 5th one gets the job done. Poltergeist is taken out of this matchup by Cinderace. A fantastic play by the Cinnabar Flare there. This is going to allow Arcanine to go for the Skitter Smack now onto Drifblim. Not as effective as that impressive beat up was, however, it is going to lower this special attack of Drifblim as Drifblim sets up a substitute, cutting it into its own health here, but that substitute is laid out on the field as the Wonder Room does wear off. And now we have Dusknoir with that Frisk, making sure everyone still has their Leopard Berries on this field coming out. And Cinderace immediately with the Icy Wind. This is clever. This is going to do a little bit of chip damage to Dusknoir, but also try and get that substitute off the field. It would have been super effective on Drifblim if it was still on the field as well, as it lowers the speed of Dusknoir. Arcanine going for the defense curl here. It is going to give itself a defense boost as Drifblim switching with its substitute, going for the Bullet Seed. This is a multi-hit move. Cinderace finally taken some damage in this matchup. However, it's going to do very little chip damage, only hitting twice there as well. Dusknoir does go for the stored power. Looks like they're going to focus in on Cinderace this turn, doing a little bit more damage as well. Cinderace though with the struggle bug yet again, hitting both ghost type Pokemon. Small chip damage on a Dusknoir, but eliminates the substitute off the battlefield. Drifblim is back where it was, and even that was a critical hit on Dusknoir. Unbelievable, because that did barely anything. Dusknoir having its special attack load. And Arcanine with the throat chop is going to finish Drifblim off with that super effective move. Good teamwork there by Cinderace and Arcanine as a payback from Dusknoir. Good hit there onto Cinderace. And it is Dragapult as the last Pokemon for the Heart Home Haunts, immediately going for the first impression onto Cinderace. Not very effective, but does capitalize there. A role play now from Cinderace. It's going to change its ability from Blaze to that Cursed Body. See if it can disable the attacks of the Ghost types. Scratch there won't affect Dragapult from Arcanine, and Dusknoir with the Aura Sphere. Unbelievable though. Only one Pokemon so far eliminated from the Cinnabar Flare. 4 Pokemon taken out from the Heart Home Haunts as a triple kick from Dragapult is not going to do very much damage to Arcanine here. Cinderace with the Ice Shard goes for Dusknoir instead of going for the super effective hit on Dragapult, as Arcanine with the Fire Punch heaps more damage to Dusknoir, gets the critical hit as Dusknoir is able to hold on, goes for last resort, which does fail, and Dragapult now with the Assurance will finally get Cinderace off this field, who's been in the match for over 6 minutes. An impressive showing there as Arcanine with the Eerie Impulse instead of going for the easy elimination of Dusknoir. Here it is going to lower its special attack. Dusknoir though setting up a grudge. Now Dusknoir is more of a defensive Pokemon, lowering that special attack. It's only base 65, but Ninetales now coming back out on the field. That Sucker Punch fails from Dragapult, allowing Ninetales to go for the Bulldoze. This hits everyone on the field. Super effective on its own teammate, but does get Dusknoir off it, which means Dragapult has 4 Fire-type Pokemon to contend with, as well as having its speed stat lowered, but its Cursed Body ability is activated, so Ninetales is going to be struggling on the field here, as it has to eat its Leopard Berry as well after feeling the effects of that grudge. Arcanine though with the lock on onto Dragapult, see if it can go for a move that will take it out of this matchup. Ninetales though first will struggle, and doing that chip damage to Dragapult looks like it might have done more to itself there, as Dragapult begins to go for the uproar onto Arcanine. Arcanine holds on, those Dragapult causes the uproar, and Arcanine is going to go for a super effective Dragon Claw and gets the elimination with that super effective critical hit. The Cinnabar Flare with a huge victory today over the Heart Home Haunts. That is not what the Haunts need. Cinnabar Flare though definitely keeping their season alive as they move themselves up to 12th place, and they're going to try to continue this momentum as they try to capitalize on the Olivine Ore having a 4-game losing streak when they face them next round, whereas the Heart Home Haunts in our very next matchup will be hosting the Opelousas Draconids. It will be 3rd, taking on 1st. I cannot wait for that. That could end up being our grand trial at the end of the season, but until that game, Nidorinos, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.